and welcome back to another video. I am so glad you're here. On this channel, I talk about news, controversies, and drama on the bookish side of the internet, and I certainly hope you'll stick around. So before I get into the video, I just want to share something. You guys know I don't really ever do sponsorships, and this really isn't a sponsorship. It's like a gifting thing. But I wanted to show you this rotating bookshelf that I was sent by Fly City Mall. Mine is 5 tiers, but it comes in 3 to 5 tiers, multiple colors, and it fits perfectly by my bedside and doubles as a nightstand. I've mentioned it before, but I live in a pretty small apartment, so having this extra storage compared to what I had there before is amazing. So if you want to check this out or any other furniture by Fly City, there will be a link down below to check it out. You can save 10%, and yes, it does kick back to me just a little, but hopefully you can tell that by my never doing sponsorships, I actually genuinely do like this product. So today we are onto another book box, doing it all wrong. This time it's a newer box called the Boyfriend Book Box. Full disclosure, I don't feel like this is necessarily a scammy company yet, maybe? At least not based on my findings, but I don't think they treat their customers well, and I wouldn't recommend them. So they are a Canadian company, and then this is from their website. About us. Nice to meet you. At Boyfriend Book Box, we understand the unique connection readers have with their favorite book boyfriends. Founded by a group of passionate friends, our female-run business was born out of a shared desire for more from the MMCs we all adored. A month with them was never enough. With a deep love of reading and all things romance, we set out to bridge the gap between fiction and reality, making every subscriber feel cherished and adored, just like in their favorite romance novels. Our goal is to deliver a premium and immersive experience with each box filled with exclusive items that embody the essence of the featured book boyfriends. So despite this About Us page saying basically nothing, if you can kind of tell it's a different type of thing than other book boxes I've covered. Here is some more about the box from the FAQ page. What am I subscribing to? You are subscribing to the Boyfriend Book Box, a recurring quarterly delivery celebrating our favorite fictional characters. Each box is a unique, curated experience that includes a themed quarterly box. A new box is curated every 3 months, 4 per year. Due to our extensive custom design process, please be aware that the timeline from your renewal date to the box arriving at your door is approximately 6 months. Custom designed items. Each box is filled with high-quality, exclusive items that we design from scratch to fit that quarter's theme. A fan favorite book. At the heart of every box is a beloved fan favorite book, with the box's theme centered around its memorable book boyfriend. So yeah, we've seen some long wait times, but 6 months is kind of crazy. I appreciate their disclosing that, but, so at least they're not being misleading, but yeah. When will my order be shipped? To be fully transparent, our Boyfriend Book Box is a long-term custom project, and you can expect your box to ship approximately 6 months after the quarterly order cutoff date. Here's a simple breakdown of why. It's truly custom. Unlike other boxes, we don't start creating anything until we have the final order numbers for the quarter. From that point, we design every single item from scratch to create a unique and exclusive experience. Production takes time. This extensive design and production process, from initial concepts to the finished products arriving at our warehouse, takes several months. We'll keep you updated. We understand this is a significant wait and we appreciate your patience. We are committed to keeping you in the loop and will send email updates on your box's progress. We will also notify you directly of any unexpected delays. So just to reiterate, they don't even start creating anything until they have their final order numbers. Why? Even if they don't start ordering until they have the final numbers, why don't they start even just designing them? Seems strange. And I'm sure it's to just create a sense of scarcity, but there's a wait list, which makes 0 sense if they aren't even designing, let alone ordering the items before. I understand this is a marketing tactic, but if there's people waiting, wouldn't you want to sell as many as possible? If people want to purchase your product, why make it elusive just for the hell of it? Do you offer international shipping? Yes, we are pleased to offer shipping to customers in the United States, Canada, and throughout Europe. A flat rate shipping fee of $50 USD applies to all orders shipped to USA and Europe. Please be aware that international customers are responsible for any additional costs incurred during import, including customs, duties, taxes, and currency conversion fees. We are actively looking to expand to more destinations and hope to serve your country in the future. I know they don't control like postal costs, but $50 is a lot. Now are you ready to find out what is in this special box? What's in the box? Each item is carefully designed to capture the essence of your book boyfriend and enhance your reading journey. Here's what you can expect to find in every box. Special edition book. Hardcover bindings, sprayed edges, foiled and textured details, unique interior formatting, and hand-signed by the author. Wearable love. Every box comes with an article of clothing from the MMC. It can be an oversized t-shirt, a hoodie, a button-up, or even his very own jersey. Body spray. Spray this onto his shirt so you can experience what he smells like while you wear it or even sleep in it. Candle. Light the candle to make your environment smell like him. Be claimed. Every box comes with your very own custom 10 karat to 14 karat solid gold necklace that symbolizes the MMC. Each one will be unique and can include things like his initial, his name, his nickname for you, or a symbol that represents him. Customized adult toy. This is the reason our box is 18 plus. But this isn't just any toy. This is a fully customized replica fit to his exact description. Tattoos and piercings included. And according to some TikToks, also veins. So I'm not here to discuss my opinions on the concept of the box itself. People can spend their money however they want to. To me, this is a bizarre concept, but to each his own. So, what do you think something like this would cost? I mean, there's a solid gold necklace, and that's not cheap. Whatever you think, I can almost guarantee you are lowballing it because the boyfriend book box costs $497. But don't worry, if this is too expensive for you, for the low price of $239, you can get a book and a sex toy. This one is called the Baby Box. You get 4 boxes per year. This book is the special edition book and replica toy only. Shipping is included in the pricing. Boxes are shipped at the end of each quarter, invite only through the wait list. So why am I even talking about this? These boxes take an eternity to ship, cost a small fortune, but they disclose all of that right on the website, right? Well, unfortunately, like many book boxes that came before them, they are not living up to what they've promised. Thank you to the subscriber who sent me this Reddit post and let me know that this company exists. So this was posted on Reddit. I searched Reddit and honestly didn't see anything relevant. And I feel like this is the best board to post in other than dark romance. This is in the Fairy Loot subreddit where I think I've mentioned it before, but they really just talk about lots of different book boxes. I just wanted to give a PSA about the company Boyfriend Book Box. They're a newer company marketing themselves to dark romance readers. They create custom book boxes that are $550 and are delivered quarterly. If you're including shipping, yeah. The boxes include a custom special edition book, a 14 karat gold necklace relevant to the story, a men's shirt relevant to the story, could be like a jersey or something. They're supposedly custom designed. They also include a cologne of the MMC scent and a candle. The biggest selling point of this box is supposed to be a custom adult toy modeled after the MMC's description. Here's the problem. The boxes aren't actually being delivered quarterly. They use the subscription fund from that quarter's subscribers to make that box, so you aren't actually getting anything for 6+ months. When I was discussing it with another user in their subscriber Facebook group, one of the owners responded rudely, saying they are a pre-order subscription box and a rundown of where they were at in their box's lineup and timeline. I responded back to her basically saying, okay, understandable, but this should be clearly outlined in your marketing and purchasing. You wouldn't have people asking where their boxes are all the time. She then rudely responded back again, basically trying to tell me again that I didn't know what I was talking about, that they very clearly market themselves as a pre-order subscription service, that it's all over their FAQ and social media, and all subscription book boxes operate as a pre-order and can take up to 12 months, blah blah. At this point, I kindly but firmly responded back saying, first of all, that is not at all how most subscription boxes work. And if they are a pre-order, they explicitly say it's a pre-order. While there may be delays from time to time, it's not consistent, unless it's Bookish Box. I literally took screenshots directly from their website and social media that refutes what she said, and lo and behold, this morning I was kicked out of the Facebook group. Mind you, I have paid over $1,000 to this company and received absolutely nothing. I emailed this morning requesting a full refund for all my orders and am waiting for a response. If they refuse, I'll be filing a chargeback on my card. I just wanted to give a warning to anyone considering signing up for them. They have a super long wait list, so I feel it's important that everyone know exactly what they're signing up for and who they're doing business with, because these boxes are not cheap and their customer service is severely lacking. I know they are getting big pushes from influencers on TikTok right now, so just know buyer beware. And it's clear that they recently changed this on their FAQs, but a few weeks ago, this is what it said. When will my order be shipped? Our Boyfriend Book Box is a quarterly subscription and therefore are dispatched at month's end every 3 months in batches. While we aim to ship all boxes by the 20th, some may receive their tracking notifications earlier and some may be later. Dispatch times can be affected by various different reasons. So, I'm very glad that they changed it to reflect the actual timeline. It should have always said that though. Probably needless to say, people in the comments overall agreed with the original post. Subscription was absolutely the weirdest choice they could have made for this. Who has $550 to drop every few months? They should just put them on their shop as pre-orders. Genuinely weird business model. For $550, I would at the very least expect it comes with an actual boyfriend who feeds me grapes, massages my feet, and fans me with a palm leaf whilst I'm reading my book. For real, whoever made this is gleefully giggling their way to the bank. The original poster says, right, they didn't actually have the capital for this business is my assumption. Per the owner, every quarter they take the money they received from the subs for that quarter, and then they begin production on the items, so there's absolutely no way they were ever going to meet a 3-month turnaround and deliver boxes quarterly. But none of that is transparent, and that's what I called out, and that's why I was deleted when I produced screenshots from their own site and marketing. The owner tried to gaslight me and tell me they are a pre-order service, but that's not what their site says, and that's not what they market themselves as. They should, though. Had they said that from the beginning and just allowed open pre-orders, people wouldn't be complaining about where their boxes are. There's just no feasible way for them to be making all these custom boxes if they need the sub money from each quarter before they produce them. Deleting and blocking a paying subscriber for asking these questions are huge red flags to me, which is why I'll be doing a chargeback if they refuse my refund. As a small business owner myself, they are on a massive slippery slope leading straight into debt and lawsuits. No business should ever solely rely on the previous sales of inventory to pay for the next. What happens if there's damages or replacements? Every month as they get more money in, that's money that could be potentially owed back if things go to shit and if production shuts down. Do they actually have the funds to refund a sub month or two of, let's say, $50,000, or has it already been spent on future boxes, incomes, and PR? They went far too big too soon. Should have started with the adult toys modeled after already popular book boyfriends that you could purchase as a one-off in the gift shop. I hope you get your refund. So we've seen this before in other situations. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking of the event there never was, the Black Hearts book signing, where the owner clearly was financing the event by selling tickets to her next event. And I will link my video on that up here if you missed it and want to watch it. But yeah, that's a terrible way to do business. You have to have some capital to invest from the jump. It's wild to make the customers wait 6 months or more for a product because you as the business owner need their funding to even start creating what they've purchased. Some more comments here. We should also talk about the fact that as a quarterly subscription box, you get a new dildo every 4 months. It's a variation of the same item in every box. I can get using up the candle/room spray, but do you need man's t-shirts and dildos to be sent every 4 months? People swap to book only on normal boxes because they get tired of the assortment of trinkets every month. What about the same quite durable shit quarterly? The way it's just a silicone dildo too. They're not electric in any way, but don't worry because they come with ball sacks, so really that makes up the price. So yeah, that's a thing. And like I said, how many shirts, bottles of cologne, and dildos do you need from your imaginary boyfriend? Even as a quarterly box, at this price, I don't feel like people would keep subscribing for more than a couple boxes. Not only that, but oh yeah, skipping boxes is currently not an option. So after looking into things a bit, I found that the owner of the company is a woman named Renee Houstra. I'm not 100% sure on that pronunciation, and I couldn't really find anything helping me online, so hopefully it's close at least. And while she's the founder of the Boyfriend Book Box, what her real business is being a mindset coach, which I'm not trying to generalize, but at least every time I've seen someone call themselves that, They basically charge you an exorbitant amount of money to repeat platitudes about like how you have to believe in yourself and stop comparing yourself to others and things that we've all heard 1,000 times. And while I can't say that's how it goes with Renee, I will say that's the bulk of what is posted on her Facebook page. And she does charge quite a bit for this. If you want a year of one-on-one calls, it'll cost you £6,000 or 11,279 Canadian dollars. The reason that it's listed in pounds is because the woman that she works under is British, and so her website is in British pounds. So no matter how you slice it, I don't really like this. Even if she is giving some revolutionary advice, this does kind of feel like taking advantage of people who are trying to start a business. I know that some of you will disagree with me, and that's fine. I just don't think there's anything Renee could say that would be worth that amount of money that couldn't be found for free through like Google or other groups for, you know, small business owners getting started. This just feels kind of author coach adjacent. So Renee started this book box business in the summer of 2024, and it seems like this sort of began as like an experiment for her mindset coach business. She wanted to see if she could start a business in a niche that she had zero following in, and she kept the whole thing a secret from the people in her life so that all of the followers and all the hype that ended up coming would be organic. So she would update her Facebook page with results on how everything was going without disclosing what the specifics of the business were. This is a post from November 6, 2024. I've had a few reach out asking for updates and asking for the business info. I plan on keeping my secret business secret. It's not that I don't want to share, it's that I want to keep my results accurate. Cool, that's fine. Ideal clients only will only ever find it this way. But here are some updates I can share. I had no previous following or followers from this niche/industry. I had no experience with what I created or what I am offering. I had to research and learn and step out of my comfort zone with it. It's a faceless account on one social media platform, only that started from scratch on the week of August 16th. We loaded content to the grid so the audience would have something to look at, and we officially started working/marketing on the 16th. It's a website, Instagram, Stripe, and email provider only. There was nothing to show and only had the concept while marketing. Social media started August 16th, and our first sales period was October 1st through 15th. In that time, we've achieved 1.5 million views, that's the last 30 days, over 15,000 follows, over 3,800 on my email list, and gotten $78,000 in sales in a quarterly paid subscription and 95 members in a monthly membership. If everything stays the same, it will be a $312,000 a year business. This is revenue, not profit, because we do have overhead. What did I do? Followed the steps of OTM and Lisa Johnson. So Lisa Johnson is the person that she works under, and OTM stands for something that I forget, but it is like the theory they use, the system they use to mindset people. Didn't hold back my visibility. Sorted my ICA. I also couldn't figure out what this was, and there are many, many things called ICA on the internet, so unfortunately I don't have an answer for that one. Found a demand in the market and fixed it, had a place for my audience to go while they waited, created a functioning payment structure, made sure I had the right people around me, and had a great mindset. Now for the pep talk. You can do this. You can make it work. Stop doing everything for a return on investment and start doing the things you actually want. Think differently. Pick one teacher. Invest to help with a problem, not fix the problem. Get your mindset in order. Be resilient. Invest in your strategy and stick to it. So, again, this was in November, well before they even had a product to sell. It's giving Britt Andrews. And I don't want to come off as though I'm like shaming her for starting a business that took off. But certain things that she posted here, including the one I just read, make me wonder if she's even like interested in romance books, or if she just saw an opportunity with potential clientele that would, likely purchase this product. Here is a post of hers from April where she readily admits to have charged people $200,000 without having a product. Do you ever have a day in business and think, WTF just happened? This weekend, we are shipping out our first orders of product. Yay. We made $200,000 in the business before we even had a product to ship. Now that the product is out, essentially overnight, things have exploded. 1,800 new members on the waitlist so far today, and it's been 12 hours. I'm curious to see how the rest of the day and week goes number-wise. Now, I've seen on TikTok that some people have gotten their box delivered, but the majority of those were influencers. I think maybe all of them were. And obviously not everyone, maybe not even most people are going to post that online, but it is just something to note. So the next post she made is from August. I'm curious and interested to see who would be interested. I'm playing around with the idea of opening sponsorships up for exclusive access to my audience, mostly American. I haven't thought too far into the details yet. I have almost 41,000 on my email list and over 34,000 on my Instagram and over 500 in my membership. Do you have something my audience would want or could benefit from? And what would you want to submit for email and stories access? I'm open to ideas and suggestions. I don't know if I will or not, but will consider it depending on interest. My audience is a mix of influence, authors and readers, and book reviewers. So this could be taken one of two ways, and I don't really like either of them. So the first is that she's open to selling her subscribers and followers info. The other, and what I think is the more likely one, is that she's going to charge people to advertise to her audience that didn't ask to be marketed to. Maybe I'm being harsh, but all I'm seeing is more evidence that once again, we've got someone who is all about money and that, you know, the quality product is coming second. This is just my opinion. So in addition to their subscription box, they also have a Patreon, which I have to say I find strange. For example, their lowest tier is $7 per month, and most of these perks seem like what most businesses just like put on their Instagram page to build excitement. So in the $7 tier, you'll get behind the scenes, sneak peeks before everyone else, a la carte access for shopping exclusive products, first access to open pre-order offers, first access to scratch and dent and overstock sales, giveaways, polls and votes for design options, first dibs on anything extra. The second tier is $18 and says, you get everything from the first category, and you also get quarterly gifts, lightweight like themed bookmarks and stickers and artwork, 10% discount code for all of your a la carte purchases, a special edition book every 12 months, must be subscribed for a consecutive 12 months to qualify. And then the third tier, $28 a month, has all of that stuff, and then quarterly gifts of higher value, themed keychains, candles, pins, etc., 20% discount on all a la carte shopping, NSFW artwork, free baby box, special edition book and adult toy after 12 consecutive months being subscribed. This will also include the book offered in tier 2. So maybe, the highest tier, if that is something, you're interested in tchotchkes and you think you will purchase the other stuff a la carte, maybe that one is worth it. But the other two, I'm just, behind the scenes and like sneak peeks and like polls and votes for design options. To me, those just seem like ways to encourage engagement. But apparently people are paying it because 260 people subscribe to it. Personally, these prices just seem high to me for what you get. And of course, I can't see the posts, but from the outside, I don't think it seems worth it. So I was sent some comments that their customer service leaves a lot to be desired. So this subscriber posted on Reddit and had sent an email to the owners trying to figure out exactly when they'd be getting their box. And again, despite being provided proof from their own website, the company tried to tell the customer they were wrong. Account follow-up. Dear name, thank you for taking the time to provide this detailed feedback. I have read your email thoroughly, and I want to begin by sincerely apologizing for the frustrating and confusing experience you have had. Our goal is never for a customer to feel misled, and I am sorry that our messaging and the subsequent delays have caused this situation. I understand your core point is that our marketing as a quarterly subscription creates an expectation that boxes will ship within that quarter. I would like to offer some clarity on our production cycle, as this is the foundation of our final sale policy. The charge at the start of a quarter initiates the 3 to 6 month production process for that quarter's dedicated box. These funds are used immediately to commission custom designed books and exclusive items for our various artistic and manufacturing partners. We base our order numbers on the exact number of subscribers for that period. Side note that I just thought of, if they base it on the exact number of subscribers, how are they having like overstock? And isn't that also kind of a bad idea? Because like, what if something comes damaged? Okay. This production model is the specific reason our policy states that all sales are final, because the funds are committed to our partners far in advance to create your custom curated products. We are unable to stop that process and issue a refund once it has begun. I also want to acknowledge that fulfillment has extended beyond our original 3 to 6 month timeline. We've encountered unforeseen production delays, and we sincerely apologize for this. This is not the timeline we aim for, and we understand that it undermines the subscriber experience. While I understand your request for a refund, I must reaffirm that we are bound by the final sale policy agreed to at purchase. We are unable to dissolve the order, but we are fully committed to delivering the high-quality products you have paid for. I know this is not the answer you were hoping for, and I truly regret the negative experience you've had. We are taking your feedback seriously to see how we can make our business model and timelines clearer to new customers from the outset. We will ensure you receive tracking information as soon as your boxes are ready to ship. Sincerely, Blake. Okay, I know I kind of just said this, but that does also make me like a little bit confused, because one of the perks of the Patreon was like overstock products and like first dibs on a la carte things. And like, if they order exactly the number that they need, then there really wouldn't be anything left for like people to purchase a la carte. Just, I don't know. Basically, okay, so this email, in other words, sucks to suck. You know, the screenshot that I showed earlier from their own FAQ page says that they were dispatched every 3 months. And obviously they changed it now, but it's like they expected no one to notice that they like quietly changed that without notifying their customers, allegedly. The same customer inquired on the company's private Facebook group, and Renee answered. Every box takes 3 to 6 months to create. Adam is being shipped right away. We are just waiting on the toys and books for delivery, and then it will be shipped. Halloween box was always promised for the Halloween season. The advent calendar was always promised for December. War Games is in production. We are a pre-order subscription box, and we make everything from the ground up. We don't just pick a shirt and say it's ours. We pick the fabrics, and the company makes the pattern and creates the shirts. Unfortunately, this is a screenshot someone sent me, so I don't have the rest of that comment. And this person said, that's understandable, and I get it, but you should also be a little more transparent about that when people sign up, because literally nowhere in your advertising are you marketing yourself as a pre-order subscription. There's no clear explanation other than here that you are using the funds from the quarterly charges to produce that quarter's boxes. The expectation set by your own marketing is that we receive a box every quarter. It should clearly be explained on all of your media and subscription information that these are pre-orders and subscribers may not actually, again, it's cut off. And you know, like, I don't think it's unreasonable for something called a quarterly book box to be shipped and received quarterly. Anyways, it gets worse. So AI is perhaps one of the hottest topics on the bookish internet right now, and, you know, with good reason. So someone named Danielle Reeds shared the company's post on her story and, you know, added some commentary, and then the Boyfriend Book Box account replied to it. She put this on Threads and then attached the rest, so I'm just going to read the thread posts first. If you weren't aware, Layla Faye uses AI, very clear from their account, and Boyfriend Bookbox is okay with that. Just a PSA to know who to steer clear from, because we don't support AI users or those that support the use of AI. And so this was the thing that she put on her story. You can see it's a picture from their account. Just a reminder that this author uses AI, very clear from their account. Unfollowing this box now because yuck. So they come back and say to her in reply, wow, that's unfortunate. Just because the author uses AI doesn't mean that we do. 1, her writing is not done with AI. We have a legally binding contract stating so. 2, because we took on this project, we gave over 10 people in the book community real work. They were paid for it well. 3, taking something AI and changing it so it's not and giving back to the community is not a bad thing. It helps stop the use of AI. We will continue to support our community and do the best we can to give indie authors a voice and platform to be discovered, which again will pay them so they eventually can stop using AI too. Not everything needs to be boycotted or should be targeted with mass bullying to be able to make change in the community that is needed. Okay, so at first, you could give them the benefit of the doubt. It was a bad move. They didn't screen the author thoroughly enough before choosing their book for their box, but you could probably guess that that's not what happened. So to start, being called out is not bullying, and I'm beyond sick of that nonsense. Additionally, none of this makes any sense. They're going to use AI to help stop the use of AI. No, seriously, what does that even mean? Okay, let's recap this logic real quick. People should support this box so they can keep hiring indie authors and giving them a platform. I'm on board with this. So then the indie authors will get paid, still on board, and eventually they can stop using AI because they can afford artists. So she replies, "Hi, my issue is that you're promoting an author that knowingly uses AI. The fact that that's not something you care about, despite all the harm it causes to the book and creative industries, says more about you than what that message above does. By supporting this author, you are also showing your support for the harm that this author does by using AI." This isn't bullying, by the way. This is me informing people who don't want to support anyone that uses AI or supports the use of AI. No one also wants to fall into the trap of supporting a book box with questionable morals either. I certainly don't. Personally, I think this is a really well-crafted reply. I think it's polite and professional, but not taking any shit. So these are some of the comments from her Threads post. Trying to say this is giving back to the community is such a slap in the face to this entire community. Like, we don't want this. It helps stop the use of AI. No, it tells these authors that it's okay to use AI because they can still get publishing deals, book box features, etc., etc. You're contributing to people thinking AI is fine. This. You know, I'm currently reading this book, and I think you're psychic for sharing this. I have actually contemplated DNFing it a few times because of the writing, but this just solidified it. Delete. I commented and said I was disappointed they were working with a prolific AI user. They deleted my comment. I commented again saying that deleting comments expressing disappointment about their partnership with someone who harms the community was not the way to go about things, and they blocked me. Ridiculous. That is so gross of them, they literally just don't care. This person says, "Pop off, babe. That response gave me the ick. She's blatantly obviously okay with using AI for promotion and her cover, so drawing the conclusion that she could use it in her works is not a stretch." That is an accusation I have no proof of, and I'm reading someone else's post, okay? "And no one would know regardless of what she says. 2, you would have given the same amount of people the same amount of work if you picked a different indie author who didn't support AI. 3, taking something and changing it doesn't change the fact that the original is still readily available. With Clear AI, your boxes are like $1 million, and not everyone can afford that, and you're not replacing the original AI cover with something non-AI, you're just providing a harder-to-get version. This whole thing is giving 'we didn't do it, so we don't care.' 3, it helps stop the use of AI. Explain how. Unless you are completely replacing her OG cover and all her AI promotions, then no, it doesn't. Because even with the money she makes off of this book box, she's still going to use AI to promote her works and thus promote yours. This wasn't an oopsie, I accidentally promoted AI, I'm so sorry. She knows. And she doesn't care. And you willingly went into it knowing that. Plus, you used AI in recent posts, and even after it was called out, you kept them up until just now. But go ahead and keep claiming that supporting AI authors is just giving back to the community, and it's not bad." WTF does she mean by taking something AI and changing it so it's not mean? You can't take the AI and make it not AI. That's not how any of this works. JFC. They've also been accused of using AI in their marketing, but this is just an allegation. I have no proof either way, but here is an example that people have been kind of passing around as an example. So before I wrap up, I really want to share this warning from Instagram that just cracked me up. It says, "Boyfriend book box on their account. Be aware of potential scams. People may send links to try to steal things like money or passwords. To be more safe, you can review public info about this account before opening the link they sent you." And yeah, I just thought it was funny. Okay, so to bring this video to a close and to reiterate what I said in the beginning, is this a scam? At this point, I have no reason to think so, but I do think that they aren't going to stay in business long if they don't treat their customers better, lower their prices, and stop associating with authors using AI and or using AI themselves. And I really do think that the well is going to run dry of customers before too long anyways, just based on how extremely specific the ideal customer is. I just don't see most people wanting all of these things every 3 months, which, hey, they aren't actually getting them every 3 months, so maybe I'll be proven wrong. I would love to know what you guys think about this book box concept, the customer interactions, use of AI, all of it. Today's indie author spotlight is Kayla Maya, a spicy romantasy author from Fayetteville, Arkansas, who began publishing during the pandemic when she had the time to step away and write. Her book, A God's Promise, is a new adult Nordic romantasy about a girl cursed with magical runes and a god of tricks that enlists her help in stealing the fabled apple of life. Her upcoming book, An Ember in the Dark, is about a magicless witch that takes her sister's place as the next vessel for a slumbering god. This story is centered around self-discovery, believing in yourself, and not relying on a man to save you when you can save them instead. Down in the description, I will link Kayla's social media, as well as where you can purchase her books if they sound like something you'd enjoy. Indie authors are a vital part of the bookish community, so try to support them however you can, even if that just means a follow on social media. And if you'd like to be featured on my indie author feature segment, there is a form down in the description. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would. I do also have a Patreon if you're interested in supporting me over there. Don't forget to check out my fabulous new bookshelf if you're interested in that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!